Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
We're glad we finally got to connect because it was so
Did better
troublesome
than we did last month, eh?
Yeah, it only took us a month to be able to do it again.
Exactly. Technology.
How are you guys?
Very good, thank you. Very good. We're just we've sold up, become full-time van lifers now as of last Friday.
Oh
And
wow!
We're off to France.
Congrats.
We're off to France for a few weeks, so we're just down in East Grinstead, down south in the UK at the minute, ready for going over on the tunnel on Thursday. So yeah,
the tunnel to go to
over to France. It takes us
Okay,
to
I was gonna
Calais.
say to mainland Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So
yeah.
you're gonna be touring throughout the winter in mainland Europe?
Just for the month. We'll come
3
back.
weeks, and then we'll come back.
Come back for the family and everything at Christmas time, and and then we decide then what we're going to do in the new year.
Although I would imagine that probably Spain or Portugal or even southern Italy would probably be nicer than like.
Yeah, well, that was the plan, wasn't it?
Yes.
We were going to Portugal, but the house sale took that long.
She's in love with
It
Portugal.
just went put back and put back and put back. Sorry?
I loved Portugal.
Yeah, she's
I
in
could
love with
easily
Portugal.
move there in a heartbeat.
We watched loads on YouTube about the different places, things to do, and what to see, and it looked amazing. It really did. But we'll definitely do it next year.
Yeah.
It's super clean, and the people are very friendly, and the food is fabulous. And it's a small enough country that you can really like go, north to south, east to west in a fairly short amount of time. But there really is a lot to see. So when you guys are ready, let me know because I'll tell you all about my favorite little town that is like encased within walls.
Oh,
nice.
great.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. We'll let you know.
Have you done some on YouTube? Have you done some vlogs on Portugal on YouTube?
No, because I did Portugal before I even met him. So I've done quite a bit of travel on my own before we were anything. so there's no videos on that. I did it because I took my parents to Portugal and Spain in 2016. So it was before we met. We met in 2018.
19, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Later.
Very good.
We'll later have videos on Europe. Hopefully, we hope to do all of America first, from Alaska to Argentina. And
that's going to take some filling, isn't it?
That's going to take a while, and then hopefully maybe ship the rig over the.
Yeah,
over the
I've heard of people doing that, haven't we?
I bet it's quite costly, isn't it?
Apparently, I've heard that it's more costly to ship it from Panama to Colombia because there's no crossing through Panama. From Panama to Colombia through land, so you have to ship it. Apparently, that is more costly than shipping the rig through the Atlantic, which you would think that it would be way more costly.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But they give you several options, and I've heard that it could be like $4,000 or so. I'm sorry, we went to bed super late because we have guests coming today that are going to be traveling with us.
Oh, right.
And in the middle of remodeling our house as well. So it's been like
crazy.
We went to bed until like almost past 2:00 in the morning. And then we were up early to try to get more done. And it's just been like mayhem.
Yeah, we are going to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that vlog.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a little bit of desert, a little bit of vineyards, and then we're going to be doing the Grand. Oh, well. Vegas, even though we're not really fans of Vegas, but they wanted to go to Vegas, so we're obviously going to Vegas. And then we're
it's going to be our first tour with somebody international.
Yeah, we're very excited because we've only ever had one more person with us in La Chata. La Chata is the name of our rig. And this time we're going to have 2 people, plus it's the first time we have somebody coming from another country to travel with us. So.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah,
great.
exciting.
Sounds
That'll
good.
be an experience.
Sounds good.
And for how long are you guys doing this?
Oh, crikey, that's a question. Well, we started when we first met, a bit younger than you guys. We got ourselves a tent. We did a bit of camping, and then we had children. We got married, and children came along the way. So then we got a trailer tent, I don't know if you have them in America.
Yeah, like the
a
pop-ups.
flat trail and the top. The top.
They
Yeah.
pop.
So,
They pop up. Yeah.
so we did that, and then we moved on to our first caravan. Back in 1987, something like that. So we've caravanned all our lives, and we've only just gone over to an RV, as you would say. We got it at 12, just over 12 months ago.
Oh,
Wow.
So and we always when we went away with the caravan and motorhome, we loved it that much. We just didn't want to go back home. Well, now we've got no home to go back to because we've sold it. So we're here full time and loving every minute of it.
What do your kids think about you guys doing this?
And they're all behind us. They really are all. Obviously, they're all grown up. I mean,
youngest is nearly 30.
Yeah, youngest is nearly 30 and that, but they've really been supportive and it's all for it really. And but the thing is, we're that kind of family orientated. We're never going to be too far away. We're not going to go back because we're 4 grandchildren as well. We love them all to bits. So we'll probably be 2-3 weeks at a time and then go back home and then see them for a bit and then go off again. And that's the plan anyway. But in between that, we might have 1 or 2 long stays, but hopefully not too long. And another thing is, you asked the question, we normally have the dogs with us, hence the collie roos. But because we're going to France, it's been that rush. We've not managed to get the pet passport sorted and everything, so the children looking after the dogs. So it is an empty motorhome without the dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we love dogs too. We had 3.
I know. Yeah, we saw on your picture.
Lovely,
yeah, they're great, aren't they? Yeah, such companions.
Are you missing them? Because we know that
already.
Last time we were going to go to this tiny festival, and dogs weren't allowed, and all of us were just like, this is stupid. Why would you not allow dogs? Everybody that lives this kind of lifestyle, well, not only dogs but pets in general, most of us have pets of one way or another, right? And they weren't allowing them, and so a lot of people ended up canceling because it was so expensive to get the pets boarded. And I kind of was like, I don't want to even do that. We were fortunate enough, we could have had somebody to take care of it. But I also was like, we've never done that. We've never traveled without them. And I just would feel lonely.
Yeah.
So are you missing them?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we did. A few years back, we did India. And then a few years before that, we did Thailand. So obviously we couldn't go with the dogs then. We miss them so much. And we get back, it's like, and we said, we're never doing that again. We're not doing that again. So I don't think we will be doing it this time.
They're with our daughter anyway, and she'll spoil them rotten.
Yeah,
so.
she does. Yeah. She takes them upstairs. They're allowed on the beds and everything. Where they're not allowed that at all.
Get away with everything.
Yeah. He tries to keep him away from the bed, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Do they molt?
When you are around,
they come on the bed when I'm around. Yeah, that's true. And even on the rig, he says that the other day he was taking a nap because he's been very sick the last few days. And he was taking a nap in the rig. And all of a sudden, one of our dogs was up on top of the bed, which our bed sits over the cab where you drive.
Yes,
right? So it's very, very high. And
I don't know how he did it.
And I was like, how did he jump up there? Because we have like a little, what looks like more like a marine or a boat ladder to get up on the.
That's
on the
right.
bed.
Yeah, I've seen it. Actually, on one of
which
the
means
vlogs,
that, like, dogs typically can't go up that type of ladder.
This one can.
Someone figured it out.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So are you just doing France when you're going to cross over?
This time we're just doing France,
That's another thing we often do, and we've often done with the kids, and that a lot of places in Europe: Spain, Italy, Germany, Hungary, Austria, Switzerland. So and a lot of times in France. So a lot of last few overseas travels, we've driven through France to Italy or through France to. So this time we said we want to spend some, because we love France, we want to spend some time in France. So
And what do you like about France?
The people, the food, the countryside, everything. It's just so relaxed. It's so more relaxed than what it is
I've seen
here
a
in the
lot
UK.
of videos of van lifers in Europe when they do friends, they stay in these beautiful vineyards, kind of on the outskirts of the vineyards, and then they have all these fountains where you could fill up your water, and I just think that's so idyllic. I've been to France just on the northern side because I did this I guess tour, you would call it. I did this tour of all the Austria, Switzerland, Germany. It was
you pack a lot in, don't you, on those kind of tours?
Yeah, so I was only a little bit on the northern side of France, but I've stopped at the airport on my way in or on my way out. I just was never into necessarily going into Paris, but I tell them all the time I would definitely love doing the countryside because it's probably more my thing.
It's different altogether. Yeah. I mean, we've done Paris. We've done Paris a couple of times, but it's just it's its own place. It's Paris, like London, I suppose, is its own place. It's a bit like New York. Is its own. Outside of all of that, you've got everything else going on, and we did like Paris. We loved Paris. We had some good nights, didn't we? And the people again but it's different.
We do like the countryside.
Yeah, the countryside, and it's so vast as well. You can drive for miles, and then you'll see a town. Then drive miles again and see a town.
That's more our thing.
To England anyway. That's probably what.
That's probably the norm.
Yeah, that's what we like. We normally. Even here, when we've gone to certain places where there's like a city close by, sometimes I've told them just like, we got to go because it's like iconic to go to this whatever situation, right? Whatever place. But typically we're not into cities.
No.
And I tried to take him into New York City. And it's like the weather knew that he wasn't going to be a fan and it poured on him.
Well, that's what it's doing now as we speak. It's absolutely
it's raining.
So apologies if you can hear it through. We're pretty well soundproof, but
no, we can't hear it. We can't
not
it.
at all.
It's proper coming down. Really heavy. Sounds like somebody's over the thing with a bucket pouring it on top of the roof. That's how heavy it's coming down.
Wow. So what you're staying in the southern part of UK right now is what you said.
At the moment,
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to get nearby the terminal for the tunnel and that, and
fairly near to Hastings that way. Brighton. Sorry.
Brighton. Does that ring a bell? Brighton.
South Coast.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
And where you used to live, was that closer to London?
No, we're way
north.
Near, probably about, I'd say, 50 miles south of the Lake District.
Okay. So how long did it take you to get to from where you were living to where you are now?
Well, we did it in stages. We stopped at a few places en route. But to answer your question, I could probably do this trip in 6 hours from where at home to here. So, not too bad. No.
Okay.
But we broke it up and stopped at a few places here and there en route. So, and that's what we intend to do when we get over into France.
Yeah.
I have a question. If somebody wants to visit UK, which place do you recommend?
Oh, crikey. Now you mentioned the UK, which includes Scotland. We absolutely love Scotland. Fabulous. Oh, the Lakes District is always one on the look at we can't the Peak District, Derbyshire, that's very nice. Northumberland, what a lovely coastline Northumberland is. That's on the northeast of the country. So lots of
it depends if they want to do cities and things. There's Manchester and London, obviously, and Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, Scotland, the Hebrides, Skye, fabulous places to go.
I want
but unfortunately,
I want to go to UK to watch soccer games.
You probably want to go to Manchester just because of Manchester United.
Well, just hang on. I'll just show you my slipper.
So it's not biased at all.
So mad Manchester fan. So we live about 30 miles from Manchester, north of Manchester. Yeah. And I go to as many games as I can get, although that's not enough these days. But I am a mad, passionate Manchester United fan.
And Andres is a soccer player. He's been a soccer player all his life.
Wow.
I used to play since I was 5 years old.
Right.
He's done soccer training, and he does refereeing, so he's pretty big into it.
Wow.
He pretty
good.
much plays
And
5 or 6 times a week.
Yeah, and I was studying to become a professional soccer coach.
Yeah.
You are starting to, or you've
No. He had started it, and he did it for a couple of years, and then throughout the pandemic, of course, he couldn't do it because you can't be to someone. So he stopped doing it for a while, and then actually we got COVID, and COVID really affected him, and so it took him months to be able to go back on the field. And so it's been maybe about what, 5 months maybe that you've been back playing more full time.
Yeah.
And
it's been a process because COVID, wow, that one was hard for me.
Yeah.
So then you also got
we both had it, but we were bad enough, but not as bad as you by the sounds of it. Nowhere near, no.
Yeah, we got the first strain of COVID at the end of 2020, which was like the worst one. You know, when like it seemed like a lot of people were dying in like December 2020.
Right.
So and then after that you also got hurt. Somebody hurt you.
Yeah, somebody hurt me my Achilles tendon, and that's really hard
and that
to play.
took like 7 months for it to heal.
Yeah.
So he's been out of the game for a while, but slowly coming back.
Yeah, but watching the games, I love the Premier League.
It's great. It's great to think.
I know that it's in the
Premier League.
Actually, over here in Los Angeles, wow, a lot of people follow the Premier League.
Yeah, it's big.
Everywhere we've been, I mean, we went to, as I say, we went to India, and we're coming back in the car. We had a chauffeur that took us around. He's taking us back on the motorway, and there was this massive, gigantic poster of the Premier League with Manchester United plastered all over it, and it was just like. It's in the middle of Delhi, yeah. It's just crazy, yeah.
And what
but it generates that much enthusiasm, doesn't it? That's what, yeah.
That's what we love about it. And I mean, I'm not a sports fan, and I'm not a soccer fan in any way, shape, or form. But I do love the community behind it. And like every time I'm like, oh, we need this or we need that, I know someone, and I know someone. He always knows someone because he plays with all these men that obviously do a bunch of different things, and so he always knows someone. And yeah, it's in fact the games that he plays on Wednesday nights, I call it the United Nations of soccer.
Yeah,
because
people from everywhere.
There's like literally people from every continent, so many different countries and cultures, and it's just really cool to watch how like something like a game can unite all these people, right? It's also really fun when you're a van lifer that you see people playing on the street or playing in a field, and you know, you could just go and kick the ball with everybody else without even speaking the language.
That's the beauty of soccer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys call it football, no?
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah. But,
He said it in Spanish.
Are you ready for the World Cup?
Yeah, but it interrupts the Premier League. That's the only trouble.
But England is going to be
I'd sooner
part
watch
of
Manchester United than the World Cup, but if I'm being honest, but yeah.
England is going to be part of the World Cup?
Pardon?
England is going to be part of the World Cup?
Yes, yeah. They're pretty high favourites, to be honest, although I'm not so certain, but yeah.
Yeah, last time you guys play against Colombia. That one was a good match.
Yeah.
Remember?
Now, just notice on here, have you got, so I put join the group as Tony. So just for everybody else there, this is Rachel, and you guys are?
Andres and
Sherry, that's it. Yeah.
And
if I'd have known that I put on the group Tony and Ray, or should have put the Collie Rouge. Should have put the Collie Rouge, really, but yeah.
Well,
and sorry, you was introducing them.
Oh, this is Cremini, and this
is
Cremini.
That's a nice name, yeah.
Cremini means a small portobello mushroom.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
And this one's enoki, which is a Japanese mushroom. They're long, lean, and white.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So why did you decide to call them after mushrooms?
Because I'm a chef. I'm a big foodie. And so
right.
the first dogs I rescued already came with their names, and I never got an opportunity to change to, like, you know, put a name on a dog, because I just figured most of them I would adopt when they were already 2 or 3 years old, and it would be too traumatizing to change their name at that point. But throughout the pandemic, or the beginning of the pandemic, we actually lost the last of my original set of rescues. They were already 17 and 18 years old, and they passed away. And then it was really hard to find other dogs because everybody was rescuing throughout the pandemic, because, you know, they were home alone. And
crikey, that's the same in the UK. That's the exact same in the UK.
Yeah.
People were stealing dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
they were stealing dogs.
Well, here all the shelters went empty.
Yeah.
But it was really sad because right after.
And it is that, isn't it? It's what you say. It's that, isn't it? Where people just want the company there, the dogs. And
yeah, exactly. So it was very hard.
They're stealing them and selling. Yeah.
And we had one dog left, and she ended up being very sad after the passing of the second one. And so we were like, we really need to get another set of dogs. And these just happened to, like, I don't know, we happened to be found. But in any case, we went and we met them, and he was super, super brown, and he was very, very white. And I fell in love with this one immediately. And Andres fell in love with Enoki. So I kind of just sat there and I was like, well, you know, if we take both of them, they'll actually behave better because they'll keep each other company.
And I say, let's get it.
And it was true. It was true. They haven't been, I mean, they're a little mischievous, but they haven't been like chewing on furniture or shoes. And they were very easily potty trained, which was very different for me because the breed that I normally would have would be Shih Tzus, and Shih Tzus are horribly stubborn, so they're very hard to train. In fact, trainers usually don't want to train them. That's how hard they are. Right. But these were fairly easy. Within a couple of months, they knew that they needed to go out to do their business, and that was that. And and now they travel with us everywhere. They have a lot of energy, and not our Shih Tzu. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Can you see her there? There.
Oh, there. Yeah.
That's her Shih Tzu. All she does is sleep.
Okay. So she's allowed to get away with it.
Yeah, she's almost 6 years old, so she's not a youngster anymore. But she does have a lot of energy, and if we go on hikes or if she's playing with the two of them, which was kind of my idea, that if we introduced younger dogs, then it would re-energize her. And fortunately, that's been the case.
She's really smart.
But she's been with us to half of the country already, and you know, in rivers and lakes. And mountains. She's a trooper for being a small little dog with short little legs. She definitely can get around.
Yes, mixing. Good.
Had you guys been in United States?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to come on over.
Yeah. I know we have talked about it, haven't we? Where would you recommend?
Oh my goodness, so
many places, but
so many
one place you say you must go here first.
Just here in California, you could do an amazing loop of everything, going through mountains with snow, waterfalls, lakes galore, geothermal activity, hot springs, giant trees, deserts, most unbelievable food. We're very lucky because we just have so much integration of obviously immigrants that you can travel the world just in Los Angeles alone by way of food. That would be like California. There's just obviously beaches, and then there's craziness, right? All the Hollywood and all the craziness that comes with the very rich, and then the people that unfortunately live on the street. There's just everything here. But I would say that if you want something more dramatic nature-wise, like we love Utah, because Utah has unbelievable national parks, and there's just land and land and land of where you can stay, boondocking. I don't know. I can't remember what they call it in England. Remember that other couple had told us what they called it in England?
No, I remember
when
that.
you stay in public lands and you don't pay for it.
Wild camping.
Wild camping.
Wild camping. There we go.
Camping.
So we have a lot of that. In the western states more than the eastern states, but Utah has tons of that. And other than that, we really love South Dakota.
I love Yellowstone. It's
Wyoming,
beautiful too.
Montana.
Yellowstone,
area.
yeah. That looks good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the original national park, right? That's what started
Actually,
it all.
we went to a place. What was the name of the place? We found it's called Snake River, and we found
the hot springs.
Hot springs in the river.
Wild hot springs.
Wow.
There's a few of those where you could just find like somebody just put rocks kind of around it and blockaded the water, and it's just unbelievable.
And how about you guys? You've been to the UK?
I have only passed by on my way to other countries, but I haven't actually stayed.
I'm waiting. I wanna go so bad.
Yeah. So yeah, we've done a few lives with people from the UK, and so we definitely, now that we know that there's more of this lifestyle there, and that
it's like when we first started looking at YouTube and that, trying to get some hints and tips about motorhoming life and wild camping and things like that, we this looks good and that looks good, and we'll watch half a dozen videos of different people, but then they've got a lot more people that they follow, and and the network is massive. It's absolutely huge. So YouTube has brought all that together for people to learn and pick up things. And
I think the demand for like caravans and motorhomes increased as well during COVID because they couldn't go abroad, so they vacationed at home. So they got the motorhomes or the caravans. So you found that they were in short supply.
Yeah, they certainly were. Yeah, everything was in short supply.
Everybody was selling up on stock and couldn't get anything.
And even now today,
they struggle, don't they?
There's vehicles, wagons, and cars that are held back because they can't get the chips for the engines, for the computers. There's a shortage of that about. So, they're building the vehicles, but they can't let them out on the market because they haven't got the chips to go in for the management control and everything else. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's happened here too, and everything, even vans, buses, ambulances. Everything that could be converted was being converted. The only sad thing about it, I think, is that a lot of people started converting them and they didn't really know what they were doing. So a lot of people got ripped off by their conversions.
To a friend of us.
Yeah, a friend of us got charged $70,000 for her rig.
75.
Okay. And now she's realizing like the list of things that are wrong is like never ending. You're gonna have to start from scratch after spending all that money. So for sure, there's good and there's bad. You got to figure out who you can trust. And that too, like you can buy our rig is from 1991, but they're selling rigs from like the 80s that are still $20,000, $30,000, $40,000.
Yeah, because the demand's there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Especially throughout 2021 when everybody had been like a whole year stuck at home and just like bored out of their minds and getting cabin fever. It was selling like hotcakes. Are you also part of Camp Creator?
No,
not yet.
But
okay. I was gonna say because that group seems to have a lot of people of the UK and Europeans mostly.
Yeah,
because we got introduced to them by the last time I know that's what I was looking for.
Do you guys follow this guy? It's called Combi Life.
Sorry, it's called
Combi Life. He's
on YouTube. As I say, there's that many. We've had a lot of friends requests
from different ones.
We've had more in the last month than what we've had in the last 6 friends requests from different groups and that. So we do accept and we do follow them, but the trouble is the list gets endless. So then, especially if you're trying to watch them on YouTube, there's only so much stuff you can watch on YouTube. And
of course,
we do have, I would say, guessing, we probably have about 20 different channels that we follow, and out of them 20 different channels, we can probably watch about 10% of them all. there's some that we follow more than others, watch more than others. But if you put it all together, we're probably watching 10% of the videos that they put up because they're really proactive and really get them up in a well, some are doing one a day, some are doing one a week. Others are doing, one
I
a
don't know
month.
how anyone can do one a day. We barely can keep up with one a week.
Yeah. Well, now,
Too much work.
you guys are still working out, aren't you? So obviously,
Yes, we're still
it's getting
working.
time to do that in between, and that's what we found. It was just
Yeah,
didn't have the time, but hopefully we're gonna have some more time now to do more.
With we had a live with Ryan Watts. I don't know.
What's occurring?
Yeah, what's occurring?
Yeah, we watched that one actually.
They were the ones that introduced us to Camp Creator. That's why I was asking if you guys were on that same group, because everybody on there is European. I think that we
they're in our group. They're in our group, aren't they? What's occurring? We follow them on YouTube, and
they're super fun.
Yeah.
So you guys can meet up at some time. They seem like a blast.
Cool couple.
Yeah. That's why I was like looking at my phone, thinking, "Wait, what was the group that they put me into?" Because I remember she was like, "I can only do you as an individual, not as the group." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And so now I get all these notifications of like YouTube channels that are in, Europe and mostly the UK. And as much as I try, like you're saying, you can't keep up with everyone.
No,
that's probably
too much.
It's hard.
It'd be wonderful if we had the time, wouldn't it? But
right.
Yeah.
Especially because we're still working full time. It's hard to. In fact, we just saw one of the channels that we subscribe to. We just saw that one of the members of the female in the couple that we watch, she just had some heart issues, and I keep on wanting to watch the video to see how she's doing and see what happened.
It's no incurred.
And we haven't even gotten around to watching that, and it's been like 4 to 5 days that we got that notification. But you get involved, and you
do. That's
start feeling like you know them.
Well,
especially when you do lives and you actually get to know them.
Exactly, and people ask us, "Did you watch that program on TV the other day? Did you watch?" We say no, because all we watch is YouTube, because that's the only thing we have time to watch. It's just we'll click on the news or football is the football match, but that'll be it, really.
The same thing happened over here with me.
So whereabouts are you filming from there? Is that I hear a lot of clicking going on in the background. Is that work?
This is my business. We make furniture.
Right. Okay.
I make custom furniture, so you can see like all the fabric samples, and I think way in the back you see the foam. Yes. And all the clicking is because they're using the staple gun.
Right.
So it gets a little noisy, but we normally do these more in the late afternoon, so we're back in our bed or we're back home, and so it's but because of the time difference, we had to do it in the middle of the day, and in about a half an hour we have to go pick up our friends at the airport. So it was kind of all like jammed in together.
Responsibilities.
Exactly. Well, are you gonna be? I hope that you're gonna be posting about your travels through France.
We certainly are. I've just bought a new camera for that very reason, and that. So hopefully I'll be learning how to use that and learning how to use my new video editor. So lots to take in that way. But
that is a lot of work. That is definitely what happened to us too.
We know that is a lot of work.
But we do this. I don't know about you guys. We do this just for the fun. We enjoy doing it and sharing our enjoyments and sharing the times with people.
The intent was for the kids to be able to keep track of what we've been up to. And it's just sort of expanded since there, hasn't it?
But it's good. It's good fun. Good fun. You meet lots of new people, and
we didn't necessarily start out with the intention of making any money. We're still not making any money.
No.
We're still not making any money. But I mean, if down the road at some point YouTube would like to pay us, I would not be.
Well, you're not going to turn it down,
right?
Yeah, but no, it's.
Well, have great travels throughout France, and then
thank you very much for
thank you for inviting us, and
I'm glad that we finally were able to connect.
Are you going to get some good vlogs put up on your next trip?
Yes, we've
Yeah.
been working on the
Canyon,
last
I'd
one.
love to
for
see some on the
Peru.
Grand Canyon and that. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
were working on the last one for Peru, and I just simply haven't had the time to finish doing some of the audio that I wanted to do for it. And then after that, we have a couple coming out. Are you going to be doing 2 or 3? You
Three.
know, 3 coming out of this last event that we went to with the vintage campers that we were invited
Mhm.
to go. And then after that, we'll be doing the ones on this trip coming up. So
Mhm.
we're like
Excellent.
maybe 3
Excellent.
videos away from putting up the ones on
Eh,
this trip. But
Yeah.
sure,
a
for
lot,
sure.
But
a
look
lot,
forward
an-
to it.
a lot antique cars.
Yes, this next ones are gonna have all of these antique cars because it happened to be that on the weekend that we were meeting up with all these vintage campers from like the 40s, 50s, 60s.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There was also an antique car show going on, so we were able to record that as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
My son's really into cars. He likes his
Yeah.
classic cars.
Oh well,
Uh-huh.
The old
he'll
ones.
have to
Yes.
make
He's
sure
got
to watch.
an MGB, an old MGB GT. I don't know if you know what one of them is, but it's an old English sports car.
Ah,
And yeah, we've fully restored that, and
Wow.
he's rebuilt the engine and everything on it, and all
Shows
been
that,
resprayed.
doesn't
And he
it?
takes
Yeah.
that round to different shows,
Car shows.
car
Wow.
shows. So yeah, that's his enthusiasm. In between looking after his family, it can get pretty
Uh-huh.
hectic. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good healthy habit to have.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay.
thank
So,
you
yeah.
so much for
Bye.
joining us.
No,
It was
thank you.
great
Thank
to
you.
finally be able to connect.
We'll have
And
to do it
we'll
again
see you on the
sometime
road.
in the future, eh?
Yes,
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
next
absolutely.
year.
All
Yeah.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
¿Será que quieren que se los mande?